Euler was a mathematician who has worked a lot related to geometry part. Okay, and he has generated a theorem that is called Euler theorem, or we can call it Euler's formula also, which is true for every solid shape. Now, what are solid shape? This was already discussed in my previous class. So I am telling you here that Euler has introduced this formula, which you can see on the board. It is written here. This formula is true for every solid shape. Every solid shape means you're talking about 3D shapes, okay, which has length, breadth, height, you can call it, or you can call it, which is this is true for every polyhedron also. Okay, what are polyhedron? This was also taught by me in my previous class. So those who have not attended, please watch that video to have a clear concept what is polyhedron. Okay, so if you must be remembering that I taught what is polyhedron, now you must be knowing that every polyhedron has some faces. Okay, some faces, it can be in the shape of a polygon, which can be a triangle, which can be a rectangle or a square as well. ठीक है, ये हम लोग पढ़ चुके हैं. एंड अगर कोई शेप है, सॉलिड शेप है, तो उसमें अगर फेसेस हैं तो उसमें वर्टिसेस भी होंगी. ठीक है, और अगर उसमें वर्टिसेस हैं तो वो कुछ लाइन सेगमेंट से मिलकर बना होगा. हम लोगों ने पहले ही पढ़ा था कि पॉलीहेड्रन इज अ सॉलिड शेप which is made up of only line segment. ठीक है, तो जब लाइन सेगमेंट की बात आती है, इट मींस वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट एजेस, और वी कैन कॉल इट साइड आल्सो इन अनदर लैंग्वेज. So remember, every solid shape has faces, vertices and edges as well. ठीक है, तो हर सॉलिड शेप के लिए यूलर ने एक फॉर्मूला दिया जो कि हर 3D फिगर के लिए एकदम सही है. दैट इज f plus v minus e is equal to 2. Okay, so then, yes, so I was discussing here that f plus v minus e is equals to 2, which is the formula for Euler's. Okay, and remember, where f represents faces, v represent vertices, and e represents as edges. Okay, now I will be discussing this Euler equation through a video first, and then I will be teaching you by my way that how this Euler equation can be सॉल्व. एक चीज याद रखिएगा, यूलर इक्वेशन के दो काम होते हैं बेटा. पहले तो ये कि आप वेरीफाई कर सकते हो कि दैट द सॉलिड फिगर इज जस्ट सेटिस्फाइंग द यूलर इक्वेशन. पहली चीज ये. एंड सेकेंड चीज जो कि क्वेश्चन में एग्जाम में आती है, आपको अगर एफ और वी दिया है, देन यू कैन फाइंड इट आउट व्हाट आर द नंबर ऑफ एजेस इन इट. अगर आपको वर्टिसेस और एजेस दिया है, देन यू कैन फाइंड इट आउट एनी टाइम व्हाट इज द नंबर ऑफ फेसेस इन इट. ओके, and same thing, अगर आपको faces and edges दिया है, then by Euler equation you can anytime you can find it out how many vertices in it. Okay, so now I will be showing you one video related to it so that it can help you out for understanding what is Euler equation actually.
The view looks like. We need to find the number of faces, the number of vertices, and the number of edges in a cube. Let's count the number of faces first. It has 6 faces in all, top and bottom, front and back, left and right. We write a 6 here. How many vertices does it have? 4 at the top and 4 at the bottom. 8 in all. And how many edges? Pause the video and write the number of edges here. Let's count. 4 horizontal ones at the top, 4 vertical ones in the middle, and 4 horizontal ones at the bottom. 12 edges in total. Now here's the important question. Is there a relation between these 3 parameters of a straight-face solid? The answer is yes. For any straight-face solid, if we add its number of faces to its number of vertices and then subtract the number of edges, we get one special number. And that number is 2. For a cube, 6 plus 8 minus 12 gives us 2. And this holds true for any straight-face solid. Which are the other straight-face solids we know of? Cuboid is one. It looks like this. A cube is nothing but a special case of a cuboid where the length, breadth, and the height are equal. So a cuboid also has 6 faces, 8 vertices, and 12 edges. And f plus v minus e will give us 2. Let's see if it works for other straight-face solids. Do you remember what a square pyramid looks like? It is a figure with a square as its base and triangles as its faces. Square base and 4 triangles as faces. And what is a triangular prism? A prism is a three-dimensional solid which has identical and parallel ends and all flat faces. A triangular prism would look like this. It has 2 identical and parallel triangles at its ends and 3 rectangular faces. What do we need to find out here? We need to find the number of faces, the number of vertices, and the number of edges in each of the solids and see if f plus v minus e will give us 2. Okay, let's tackle the first solid, a square pyramid. How many faces do you see? There are 4 triangular faces and 1 square face. 5 in all. How many vertices? 1 at the top and 4 at the base. 5 vertices. And how many edges? 4 slant edges and 4 edges at the base. A total of 8 edges. We got F, V and E as 5, 5 and 8 respectively. And 5 plus 5 minus 8 will give us 2. So it worked for the square pyramid too. F plus V minus E gave us 2. This is called Euler's formula. For any straight-faced solid, F plus V minus E will always give us 2. Will Euler's formula work for the triangular prism too? Why don't you give it a try? Okay, so how many faces? 2 triangular faces at the ends and 3 rectangular faces in between. 5 faces. How many vertices? 3 at this end and 3 at the other. 6 vertices. 3 edges at the front face, 3 in between and 3 at the back face. 9 edges in all. What will be 5 plus 6 minus 9? Yes, we get a 2. We will always get a 2. That's Euler's formula. F plus V minus E will always give us a 2.
You must have seen the figure is too much needed for this formula to be proved. और अगर जरूरी नहीं है अगर हम फॉर्मूला ही फिगर ही ड्रॉ करें, ठीक है, हम बिना फिगर के भी क्योंकि कुछ फिगर्स ऐसे होंगे जो बहुत कॉम्प्लिकेटेड होंगे जो कि आपको बुक में भी नहीं दिया जाएगा, आपको सिर्फ बोला जाएगा इसकी इतनी वर्टिसेस है, इसकी इतनी फेसेस है, तो एजेस निकालिए. बट इसके लिए जरूरी है सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट चीज कि हाउ मेनी फेसेस, हाउ मेनी वर्टिसेस एंड हाउ मेनी एजेस दैट द फिगर हैज. ठीक है, दिस इज मोर इम्पॉर्टेंट देन ड्रॉइंग द फिगर. ठीक है, because figure is not needed too much. The main thing is needed that how many faces, how many vertices and how many edges are there in that particular figure which is asking in the question now. ठीक है, तो सबसे ज्यादा चैलेंजिंग बेटा ये हो जाता है कि हम पहले तो फिगर को जानना, फिगर तो फिर भी somehow we will be able to draw, लेकिन उसको अपने मन में इस तरीके से विजुअलाइज करना कि हम करेक्ट फेसेस जान सके, हम करेक्ट वर्टिसेस जान सके और करेक्ट एजेस भी जान सके. So for that, I will help you in some of the very very small formula जो कि आपको हर क्वेश्चन के लिए जरूरी पड़ेगा और हर क्वेश्चन में आप उसको रिलेट कर सकते हो. ठीक है, okay, that it is written for prism and pyramid both, that how many vertices will be carrying by a prism, how many edges will be carrying by vertices like prism or pyramid as well. should we move now ahead. जितने भी हम लोगों ने अभी यहाँ पर लिखा है somewhere n plus 2, somewhere 3 into n, somewhere 2 into n, somewhere n plus 1, what is this n about? So remember, कभी भी अगर आपको एग्जाम में या कहीं पर भी आपसे पूछा जाता है that how many faces, how many vertices or how many edges does a triangular prism have और ट्रायंगुलर पिरामिड लिखा हुआ हो, ठीक है, तो यहाँ पर क्या करेंगे, आपके साथ हमेशा पिरामिड या प्रिज्म के साथ एक नाम लिख करके आएगा जिसको या तो आप ट्रायंगुलर बोल सकते हो, कभी पेंटागोनल लिख करके आएगा, कभी हेक्सागोनल लिख करके आएगा, कभी डेकागोनल होगा, समटाइम्स इट विल बी हेक्सागोनल, समटाइम्स इट कैन बी ऑक्टागोनल. तो ये जो वर्ड लिखकर आता है ना प्रिज्म या पिरामिड के साथ बेटा, इट डिसाइड्स व्हाट इज एन. ठीक है, फॉर एग्जांपल इफ आई एम गिविंग यू triangular prism, suppose question आया triangular prism, so the name is triangular. Triangular का मतलब होता है try, try means 3, तो यहाँ पर n की वैल्यू हो जाएगी 3. तो जहां जहां पर n होगा वहां वहां पर हम पुट करेंगे 3. ठीक है, so let's do it for one. So this time we are going to find it out how many faces, how many vertices and how many edges does a pentagonal prism and pentagonal pyramid will have. ठीक है, तो सबसे पहले मैं बात कर रही हूँ पेंटागोनल वर्ड की. तो पेंटागोनल रिप्रेजेंट पेंटा मीन्स 5. तो हमारे पास n की वैल्यू आ गई 5 सबसे पहले बिगनिंग में ही. ठीक है, अब हम निकालते हैं इसके अकॉर्डिंग. नाउ f इज इक्वल टू हो जाएगा n प्लस 2 मतलब 5 प्लस 2 which will give us 7. Then coming on to E में भी आप वही काम करोगे 3 into n. n मतलब 5 because we are talking about pentagonal. So this is 15 now. Moving on to 2n, that is vertices. Vertices मतलब 2 into 5 here because we are talking about n. So ये this हो जाएगा आपके पास 2 into 5 which will give us 10. Now you may see here we have got f is equals to 7, e is equals to 15 and vertices is equals to 10. अब let us see that whether this figure pentagonal prism जो भी मैंने बोला is it satisfying Euler equation or not. Let's try this. f plus v होता है ना, तो देखो यहाँ पर हुआ आपके पास 7 f plus v minus e should be coming 2. f कितना था मेरे पास 7 था, v कितना है मेरे पास 10 है, उसके बाद माइनस e मतलब एजेस हमने कितना लिया 15 आ गया. तो 10 plus 7 comes 17 minus 15 and we are getting 2 here in the question. Okay, we are getting 2. It means which we have found out that how many sides a prism will have, how many faces will a prism will have, and how many edges a pentagonal pyramid will have. That is absolutely correct for us.
And I have written both prism and pyramid.
Now let's move ahead for pyramid for this particular question only. So now we are talking about pentagonal pyramid. Pyramid में same वही काम, n की जगह हमें रखना है 5. Let us try that whether we are doing it correct or not. 5 plus 1 which will give us 6. Then e 2 into n मतलब 2 into 5 which will give us 10. Then last one vertices that will be 2. Here it will be 5 plus 1 is equals to 6. Now we have got it 6 and this is 6, this is 10. Let us try that Euler equation के हिसाब से ये सही है कि नहीं है. तो f plus v minus e should be coming 2. So f plus v कितना हुआ मेरे पास 6 and 6 and then minus 10. So 6 और 6 मिलाकर होता है 12. 12 minus 10 which will give us 2. It means for both the side it is absolutely